UK energy prices are going to go up in January, but will you get the £600 payment? Welcome, friends. Yes, we've got some information coming out about the energy stuff. We've talked about this, and yes, they do the reviews every 3 months now. It used to be every year, then twice a year. Now 4 times a year we have changes with energy prices. Yes, more control, etc. Anyway, we don't get bogged down with all of that stuff. Will we get that £600? Find out in a bit. Listen, oh my god, this is shocking. The UK average household spends 53 pence a day on electric and 30p a day on gas on average. We pay £303 a year even if we don't use any energy at all. What's all that about? £303 a year we still pay gas and electric if you turn all of it off and don't use one single bit of it. Standing charges. Who knows about standing charges? Whoa, it's insane, it's shocking, it's bang out of order. Nevertheless, that's what's happening. Let me know what you know about standing charges in the comment section. I'll be really glad and really keen to understand what you think about these standing charges. Right, and you're going to pay even more if you have one of those key meters or one of those cards. I used to have one, a nightmare. Very, very expensive to run and practically criminal, to be frank. Okay, so from January 2024, so only a few weeks away now, the average home energy bill will be £1,500 a year. Can you afford it? I know lots of people who are really struggling. I used to work at this place, and this guy, his energy bill at the time, this was last year, was £300 every month. Couldn't pay it. And guess what? They had no heating on throughout all of winter. Let me know if you are in a similar situation, because I believe this is a lot more than we have been led to believe. Okay, I think the figures are way higher than what they're talking about. So let's get into this. Next year, the £1 billion UK government scheme gets launched to help over 300,000 homes here in the UK. And guess what? It's called, you ready? Drum roll. The Great British Insulation Scheme. So every time you hear the word scheme, it's a bit crazy. I'm not happy with that scheming sound, that scheming word. To help families on lower council tax bands with, wait for it, cavity wall insulation, loft insulation and underfloor insulation. Wow. So your energy supplier will contact you if you qualify. So we're talking low incomes, benefits, etc. They will contact you. Let me know if they've contacted you already, because it'd be good to know if this is absolutely starting. They say it is, but I've not heard anything from people that I know. So let me know. That'd be cool. So what do we think about this? Now, I remember hearing on the radio a few years back now that there was this guy, he was speaking out about cavity wall insulation. Let me know if you've had a nightmare with cavity wall insulation. Based upon what this guy was talking about, from what I remember a few years ago now on the radio, this guy was saying cavity wall insulation is fantastic if it is done in the correct sort of home. Now, he said the majority of homes that this is being used, the homes are just not suitable. It doesn't fall into the correct category to have cavity wall insulation. Now, one of the biggest problems that this guy said on this radio interview years ago was, if the home isn't the right sort of home and you have cavity wall insulation, you will get damp, you will get mold, you would have health problems within the family home. Let me know if you've had cavity wall insulation and it's turned out to be a nightmare. The house is cold, it's damp, it hasn't worked. Well, guess what? Is there any plans to get that removed? Is it easy or difficult to remove? I would have thought it'd be extremely difficult to remove insulation from the cavities within the walls once it's been installed. Sounds like a bloody nightmare. Now, I remember speaking to a builder guy a few months ago down in South Wales about this. He's been a builder for decades. He knows how homes work. With the insulation, with all of these pipes at angles to sort of breathe and vent the home accordingly, therefore insulating it, okay? Sounds great, it sounds absolutely plausible, etc. But the problem is they are really pushing this cavity wall insulation on insufficient homes which don't meet the correct requirements to have the insulation done at the beginning. Sounds like a nightmare. Now, you bet your bottom dollar that the contractors who are going to be taking part in this £1 billion scheme to be a nightmare. Okay, not very qualified, not much experience, etc. The whole thing stinks to me. It sounds like it's going to be a disaster. I mean, if it's anything to do with the government, it probably will be. So, right now, we're jumping up to Scotland, okay, north of the border. In a few weeks' time, 400,000 people in Scotland will get, guess what, £55.05 as a one-off payment to help them with their winter energy fuel costs. £55 to last them all of winter to save them some sort of money. That's an insult. That's a disgrace. That's not going to make a dent in anything. It's ridiculous. Let me know if you're up in Scotland and you've been hearing about this, or if you've received any of these £55.05 payments. And it's absolutely disgraceful. It's ridiculous. It's not going to make any difference. Okay. Now, I know there's going to be some people out there who say, well, it's better than nothing. Okay, fine. But £55 in this day and age, that won't even cover a takeaway for a family of four. Yet this has to eke out over the winter to help with fuel payments. It's a joke. It's a disgrace. Now, what I said at the start of the video about £600, well, I'm glad you stayed to the end of the video, because this is where it's at. Now, UK pensioners on a state pension will get winter fuel payments as long as they are born before 25th of September 1957. We're going to go on to that in a sec. Now, these people, as I lovingly refer to you guys and them guys, as elders, because they are elders, okay? They will get between £250 and £600. This includes a pensioner cost of living payment between £150 and £300. Okay, I'm going to put all of the links you're going to need to know about all of this information right under the video. You click on more and then you can see it. It's all there. There's links to everything. Okay, so you're going to be well catered for. Now, listen to this. You get £600 if you were born before the 25th of September 1943. Okay, you get £500 if you were born from 1943 to 1957. This is the 25th of September. Why they picked that date, I really don't know. So, my advice is, it's already starting to get chilly and it's autumn. Now, don't forget, people are thinking it's winter already. No, officially, winter starts on the 21st of December. It's autumn right up till then. Okay? So, winter doesn't start right up until the 21st of December. Okay, so next month. And it's going to be for 3 months, right? That's winter. So January, February, they're the winter months, okay? If you think it's cold now, Jack, you ain't seen nothing. This is autumn, okay? And already loads of people are struggling with heating their homes, with the fuel prices, etc. Now, my immediate concern is always going to be for the two categories of people in our society, the very young and the very old. So, where I used to live in the urban populated areas outside Portsmouth, always used to check on my elders, okay? All of the older people in the community always check to see if they're okay. Now, you've heard that term, heat or eat. Well, that's disgusting. In a Western civilized society, no way should we have to choose whether we eat or we heat or not. Absolutely no way. It shouldn't be the case. We have grandfathers, great-grandfathers and great-great-grandfathers and mothers, etc., who fought and died in both World War I and World War II. How would they feel knowing that we have pensioners, lots of military veterans who are our elders, really struggling to heat their home, to have the degree of comfort and warmth which we all deserve, to be honest. The way how much we work and how much we contribute, etc. It's only fair to have a basic, decent standard of living. So that is to be kept warm in the winter, to be kept cool in the summer, and to be fed well at all times. Very basic, minimal life requirements, okay? But it doesn't seem to be the case, does it? Things are changing. So, like I always say, if you can, find time in your busy schedule. And yes, I know we're busy. We're all busy. There's always something to do, right? Check on your neighbours and your friends. If they're getting on a bit, knock on their door, get them to have a chat, cup of tea, etc. Use your intuition to see if they're telling the truth, because they might say, yeah, I've got the heating on when it's cold, it's fine, blah, blah, blah. You know, you go around there of a night time, say 5 or 6 o'clock, and you go in there and the place is freezing cold. You know they're telling porky pies. Okay, so these are the people that we really need to look after. We need to make sure that they're going to be warm. Now, on my website, which I'm currently nearly finished now, I've just done a huge, great big digital folder, and it's jam-packed full of information on hints and tips of how to stay warm at night time on a budget, on a very, very tight budget. So if you're interested to learn more about all that sort of stuff, we will be releasing news about the website coming very, very soon, okay? So we endeavour to help as many people as possible, but always remember, check up on the very young and the very old, make sure they're okay, and help them as and when you can. So check out the links in the description box for more information and ways to help if you can. Please share this video on WhatsApp, Facebook and Telegram. It really helps. Also, the thumbs up, because it really helps get this video out there, because yes, me, Björn and a few others are really struggling with shadow bans right now. We are being silenced. This is a helpful video. We need people to get this information. So I really appreciate it if you could share it. Okay, so yes, winter's not far away now. Everything's going to get expensive in January when we really need help. We're going to get kicked in the backside. So we need to look out for each other. We've got an awesome community. Please spread this message. You guys take care. Thanks for watching and stay funky.